Appropriate that this PLE is in Scotland, because someone's about to get kilt. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. Damn it, why didn't I pick Kalani Jordan in the ladder match? Oh well, half point from perfect is still pretty good. Now let's see if I can keep it up this week. The last time the WWE had Clash at the Castle, it was the day before NXT UK's final day at what might be the last ever Worlds Collide event. Now they've moved from Wales to Scotland, home of two title contenders in this PLE. And all 5 matches have title implications attached. 2 primaries, 1 secondary, 1 singles woman, and 1 women's tag. Once again, it seems that quality is going to trump quantity, as I can possibly see Money in the Bank with that many or even fewer matches. I may be mostly Irish and German, but I have a bit of Scottish in me. So let's see where this takes us. Here are my predictions for Clash at the Castle, Scotland! Women's Tag Team Triple Threat match. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and Alba Fire and Ilsa Dawn. Once again, I'm going to say that there will be new champs, and this time the chances are much better than before. Not just because Belair and Cargill can lose the titles without being involved in the decision, but also because both other teams seem more than worthy of the belts. After all, the Fire of Dawn were NXT Women's Tag Champs before it was absorbed by the WWE titles, and Baszler and Stark are both tough as nails. The one drawback? Baszler lost her underground match at Battleground 6 days ago, and I'm not sure her ego has recovered yet. So I will pick as winners and new champs, Fire and Dawn. Intercontinental title rematch. Sami Zayn defends against Chad Gable. The pot's been boiling over concerning Alpha Academy. Lord knows how much Tozawa, Dupree, and even Otis can stand of Gable's abuse, verbal and otherwise. But Gable really wants the only active secondary title in the WWE these days. Until LA Knight takes out Logan Paul, that is. And he will do anything to get it. Now, I have no idea what Gable has on his Academy pupils, particularly Otis, that make them loyal to him, but Zayn's been getting through to them little by little. Otis seems to be the only one still somewhat loyal, and Zayn can't break through those 5 inches of cranium bone. Until now, that is. Otis will finally have enough, will cause Gable to lose, get slapped again, and Gable will be shushed for good. Thank you! Winner and still champ, Sami Zayn. WWE Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven. Now that Damage Control is on Raw, Bayley can concentrate on being her own competitor and defending the title she deserves. But with the other 2 best women on SmackDown being tag champs, who else is there to take on? Okay, well, Nia Jax, sure, but that's not for another 2 months. Piper Niven will essentially be a warm-up match for Survivor Series unless Bayley loses here or at Money in the Bank. Now, one would think that Niven has an advantage in that Chelsea Green will be in her corner, but given Green's record lately, I think she's actually more of a hindrance. Well, I'm sure Green will mean well, but if Bayley catches her putting Niven's leg on the ropes during a pin, the former hugger will Bayley to belly her into the 3rd row, and though it will give Niven a brief respite, it won't be enough. Winner and still champ, Bayley. World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Hard to tell if the crowd will be for their native son or against him. Those in Canada regularly cheer Canadian superstars, even the heels. Why would Glasgow be any different towards Scots? Can't be because of Damian Priest, could it? I mean, he's just as big a heel as McIntyre since he leads the Judgment Day, right? Let's face it, without Mommy around, this once dominating force has been falling apart at the seams. But when you think about it, Priest doesn't really need the Judgment Day. Oh, McIntyre will beat the unholy hell out of Priest for a fair amount of the match. But who's to say Phillip Brooks hasn't stowed away on the transatlantic flight for the expressed purpose of costing McIntyre the belt? Again. I think that's what will happen. And it'll probably set up a match in Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Winner and still champ, Damian Priest. Finally, an I Quit match for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes defends against AJ Styles. Pretty sneaky Styles, following the example of Mark Henry and feigning a retirement just to beat up a champ and weasel one more title opportunity out of Rhodes. And yes, Rhodes does have a history of leaving promotions, even the one he started, but that doesn't mean he quits matches themselves. Styles has put himself in a non-envious situation where the loser of the match is the one that says, "I quit," into a ref's microphone. But he does have backup in the form of Gallows and Anderson, and since the match is no DQ and the phrase can be shouted anywhere in the building, don't be surprised to see the OC beating up on Rhodes before retreating back to the NXT again. Now, both of these men are far too stubborn to say those words, but one of them must for the match to end. And for my money, I think Styles should consider retirement. For real this time. Winner and still champ, Cody Rhodes. Those are my picks. Bye-bye, folks. Have fun storming the castle. I'm Chris Wolvie, the Wrestling Blog, who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace. And I'll see ya.